The introduction of this topic, you learned about quadratic equations. This module on polynomial equation, we will extend what you learned in grade 9. Some real-life situations require the application of polynomials. For example, engineers can use polynomials to create building plans, and entrepreneurs can use polynomials to design cost-effective methods. The terms of a polynomial may be written in any order. However, we often follow the convention of writing the terms in decreasing powers of the variable x. Our first topic for this week, dividing polynomials by a monomial. Before we proceed, let us have a review in dividing the sign numbers. When you divide two numbers having like sign, the sign of the quotient is always positive. When you divide two numbers having unlike sign, the sign of the quotient is negative. So, in dividing polynomials is a process very similar to long division of whole numbers. But before we look at that, we will first want to be able to master dividing polynomial by a monomial. The way we do, this is very similar to distributing, but the operation we distribute is the division. Okay, like for example, example number 1, 9x to the 5th power, positive 6x to the 4th power, negative 18x cubed, negative 24x squared, divide it by 3x squared. Then solve. 9x to the 5th power, divide it by 3x squared. So, the quotient is 3x cubed. Then next, positive 6x to the 4th power, divide it by 3x squared. So, the quotient is positive 2x squared. The next, negative 18x cubed, divide it by positive 3x squared. So, the quotient is negative 6x. Then the last, negative 24x squared, divide it by positive 3x squared. So, we have the quotient is negative 8x. So, this is now our answer. Okay, example number 2. 6a cubed, positive 12a squared, negative 9a, divide it by 3a. So, 6a cubed, divide it by 3a. So, the quotient is 2a squared. Then, positive 12a squared, divide it positive 3a. So, we have the quotient is positive 4a. Then, negative 9a, divide it by positive 3a. So, the quotient is negative 3. So, this is now our answer. Okay, example number 3. 10a to the 4th power, positive 15a cubed, negative 20a squared, divide it by 5a squared. Then solve. 10a to the 4th power, divide it by 5a squared. So the quotient is 2a squared. Then positive 15a cubed, divide it positive 5a squared. So the quotient is positive 3a. Then the last term, negative 20a squared, divide it by 5a squared. So the quotient is negative 4. So this is now our answer. Our next topic, dividing polynomials by a polynomial. The rules in dividing polynomials by a polynomial. Rule number 1, divide front terms. Then number 2, multiply this term by the divisor. Then rule number 3, change the sign of the terms and combine. Then rule number 4, bring down the next term. Then we have number 5, repeat. Okay, like for example, okay, so we have the dividend is 3x cubed, negative 5x squared, negative 32x, then positive 7. Then the divisor we have here x, negative 4. Then solve. Okay, divide the first term of the dividend to the first term of the divisor. So we have 3x cubed divided by x. So the quotient is 3x squared. Then next, multiply the quotient to the entire divisor. 3x squared, multiply it by x. So the product is 3x cubed. Positive 3x squared, multiply it by negative 4. So the product is negative 12x squared. Then after that, change the sign of the subtrahend. Positive 3x squared becomes negative 3. Then we have positive 12x squared becomes positive. Then what is the purpose in enclosing the parenthesis? So that you will know the original sign. So the original sign here is positive, then we have negative. Then after that, combine. So positive 3x cubed plus negative 3x cubed, the result is 0. Then, negative 5x squared, positive 12x squared. So we have the result is 7x squared. Then bring down 32x, then we have positive 7. Then next, okay, so divide x, 7x squared, divide it by x. So we have the quotient is positive 7x. Then multiply the quotient to the entire divisor. 7x times x, so we have 7x squared. Then positive 7x, multiply it by negative 4, so the result is negative 28x. Then we have, okay, so change the sign of subtrahend. So we have positive change to negative, then negative change to positive. Then add positive 7x squared and negative 7x squared, the result is 0. Then we have negative 32x, then plus positive 28x. So the result is negative 4x. Then bring down positive 7. Then next, okay, divide negative 4x, divide it by positive x, so the result is negative 4. Then multiply the quotient to the entire divisor. So we have negative 4, multiply it by x, so we have negative 4x. Then negative 4, multiply it by negative 4, so we have positive 16. Then change the sign of the subtrahend. We have negative change to positive. Then we have positive change to negative, then add. So negative 4x, then we have positive 4x, the result is 0. Positive 7 plus negative 16, the result is negative 9. So negative 9 is the remainder. Okay, example number 2. 6x cubed, negative 8x squared, positive 10x, positive 103. Divide it by 2x, positive 4. Then solve. 6x cubed divided by 2x, so the quotient is 3x squared. Then multiply the quotient to the entire divisor. So 3x squared times 2x, so the product is 6x cubed. Then positive 3x squared times positive 4, so the product is positive 12x squared. Then okay, change the sign of the subtrahend. Okay, we have negative. Then we have negative. Then add positive 6x cubed plus negative 6x cubed, the result is 0. Then we have negative 8x squared plus negative 12x squared, so we have the result is negative 20x squared. Then bring down 10x, then positive 103. Then next, divide. Negative 20x squared, divide it by 2x, so the result is negative 10x. Then multiply the quotient to the entire divisor. Negative 10x times 2x, the result is negative 20x squared. Then negative 10x, multiply it positive 4, so the result is negative 40x. Then after that, change the sign of the subtrahend. Negative change to positive. Then we have negative change to positive. Then add negative 20x squared plus positive 20x squared, the result is 0. Then we have positive 10x, then we have positive 40x, the result is 50x. Bring down 103. Then next, divide. Positive 50x, divide it by 2x. So the result is, the quotient is positive 25. Then multiply the quotient to the entire divisor. Positive 25, multiply it by 2x, so we have 50x. Then positive 25, multiply it by positive 4, the result is positive 100. Then change the sign of subtrahend. So positive change to negative, then positive change to negative, then add. Positive 50x plus negative 50x, the result is 0. Then positive 103 plus negative 100, so the result is we have positive 3. Okay, so the remainder is 3. Then our quotient is 3x squared negative 15x positive 25. Our activity for week 3, divide the following.